Hey, we're back kicking the Kicking It show. Brett is out today. Alex is sitting in, and so we've had a lot going on, haven't we, Alex?
It's been a busy
morning already. It's only 8:19 a.m. The 21st of March. Anyway, we're thrilled to be here. Again, all things positive. This is kind of a studio of positivity where we don't talk about anything negative, political, religious, really just all things positive. And so we got some positive guys in the house. So Morgan and Rusty are here from the Purple Squirrel cleaning service, professional cleaning service. Am I saying that right?
That's right. Sir.
Right. Thank you guys for coming.
Thank you.
And I got to hand it to Morgan. This is a compliment. He was very consistent about asking to get on the show.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, dude, I'd like to get on the show, and I'm like, okay, well, everybody wants to get on the show, you know. and I don't mean that in a condescending way or a cocky way, but everybody wants to come on because we're shining a light on businesses and organizations and musicians, and we're having a great time. And so we're only on for 2 hours, and so a lot of times we try to have 1 or 2 guests, but today we've had three. And actually, there was one person that couldn't make it today. Otherwise, we'd had 4. I don't know how that all happened. I guess I had to talk to my booking agent. But anyway, my point being is I do appreciate you being that way. Is that it is important, and if you want something, you got to go get it. Nobody's going to give it to you. Yeah. It's not like I'm going to call you and say, hey, do you want to be on the show? Hey, do you want to be on the show? You want to be on the show? But you said, hey, I want to be on the show. I want to be on the show. Let's do it. So thank you.
Yeah, I knew as well. It's a we line up on a lot of areas.
Yeah,
mindset,
alignment.
Exactly.
Yes.
Success, caring about Billings, and wanting to build this town up and serve it better. So
I love that, dude. I love that.
I knew this is where we needed to be.
Yeah. So Morgan and Rusty from the Purple Squirrel. So how did you come up with the name? I'm sure everybody asked you that, so I got to get that out of the way.
So actually, I was Googling names one day, and all of a sudden it popped up, and it's like, well, what does it mean? Well, it means you're perfect candidate for the job. And then, do you want to elaborate on that a little bit?
Yep, perfect candidate for the job. You check every box is essentially what it means.
Oh, okay.
And perfect resume, perfect fit is because finding that candidate for a job is rarer than finding a purple squirrel.
I see. Okay, I see that now. Did you know that? Did you pick up on that? I didn't know that. I was like, oh, they just like purple and they like squirrels. Okay. I'm not being facetious. I really didn't know. I'm like, that's really
it really stood out and popped to us. So I was like, let's just do it.
Well, there's a business here called Purple Cow, but that is a different kind of.
Different.
No, we get that. Definitely, people look at us and they're like, oh, you're they're like, wrong company, man.
They do them, you do yours. Everybody can live in the ecosystem. No, a friend of mine also owns a company called the Blue Squirrel. And so she does consulting and coaching, kind of like Shane does, kind of like I do. And her business is called the Blue Squirrel, and she's a wonderful person too. So anyway, there must be something to you.
It's been entertaining how many people have know the term or don't know the term. Either way, it works out for us because I have people go, okay, we just need to talk about
conversation.
What does this mean? And then other people who go, that's crafty.
No, I get that all the time. People say, I get this. At least once people go, what exactly do you do, lady? And I'm like, I'm so glad that you asked. And then it allows me to kind of talk about it because there's a lot of facets to it, right? For the longest time, it was just marketing, and then it became marketing and motivation. Now it's marketing, motivation, and media. So it just allows me to talk about it, and educate people. And if it fits for them, great. If it doesn't fit, but at least they know. They know who I am, right? They'll remember the Purple Squirrel now.
They're going to get that,
right? So you were doing cleaning, and you're doing it. Is it mainly commercial? Is it residential? How does that work?
It is mainly commercial.
Okay.
And that could be anything from medical facilities to gyms to restaurants and casinos. It's a little bit of everything.
Right. Are there certain because I know you got a staff and everybody's got to keep everybody busy. So are there certain I love all that. That's a pretty broad brush, but are there certain businesses or institutions that kind of lend themselves better for you guys?
We got
because not everybody's a fit. I mean, I think that's always important to talk about, right?
We've been asked this before, like, what's your perfect candidate? Literally, Toonie asked us when we were on the radio last time. He said, "What's your purple squirrel?"
Well, Toonie would know. He comes from the cleaning world. That guy.
Exactly. And I had a hard time defining it back then. I was like, I don't know. We're kind of all over right now. And it occurred to me later that our perfect candidate is someone who will let us come in and clean their space like spotless, right? Someone who comes in and goes, you know what you're doing, and get after it We want to come in here and we want to not worry about cleaning.
Yeah.
And
let me do my deal. You do. You focus on your business. I'll focus on mine, and then we'll make it work.
There's 100 different levels of what you run into out here too. We've got places that we walk into, medical facilities that are already just like gorgeous, sanitary.
That's a whole other level of cleaning.
Yeah,
that last, right?
Exactly.
More sanitary and sanitation, disinfecting, that kind of thing, right?
And we have places that we walk into. Not going to name names.
Sure.
We're more doing, saving the day, wiping things you don't want to talk about.
Right. Well, no, trust me. In my house right now, we have 6 puppies.
Oh, yeah.
And 2 mama dogs. We got 8, and let me tell you, they're at that stage now where it's a mess. It's a mess.
Yeah.
And so I sit there and go, holy cow, I got to overhaul this thing every day just to get through the day. But so I totally get what you're saying. So you were saying earlier, I mean, obviously there's lots of cleaning businesses, just like there's lots of people that do coaching and marketing, right? I mean, there's no lack. So what's a separator? What makes you guys different than anybody else, right? And I'm sure there's a reason, right?
A separator for us is, from the beginning, from the inception of this business, what we recognize, right, was that there was how do I put this without offending anybody? We saw a hole in the market.
Sure.
Where there was a quality issue and a reliability issue with janitorial companies in general and specifically in Yellowstone County.
Sure.
And we wanted to fill that niche in a proper way. We wanted to bring professionalism into janitorial, which is what it always should be. Right?
Absolutely.
We're dealing with sanitation. We're dealing with important things like frontline defense against, germs, viruses, everything else.
All the above. Yeah.
Exactly, and helping businesses operate better, where their customers come in and just don't see stuff that they're missing in the mornings. Right. So we set into it with that mindset, and it has worked out really well for us because we figured out right away that a lot of cleaning companies, they miss appointments. We never have. We've kept every appointment we've ever made. We show up. We our slogan is, we catch what your old cleaner missed.
I like that one.
Living up to that has been kind of a challenge.
Oh, for sure it is, especially as you grow.
Yeah,
But if you keep that as the foundation.
Exactly.
Makes sense.
That's the aim, that's the goal. And we've just found that is different than other companies, and as well, the way that we take care of our team.
Because they're team members. I heard you say that. They're not just staff members, not employees. Yeah. Oh, I love that. When we have businesses come on, Alex and I love to ask people, what's your motivation? Why? What makes you different? It's just interesting to hear the stories. And like you were saying before we came on here, you were like, we feel like we're in alignment with you guys. We listen to you. We like the premise, like the mindset. And so that, although I love the cleaning part, I love the reliability and the general, overall next level cleanliness, which I love. But when you get to know people at a deeper level, and you go, man, I'm in agreement with Morgan and Rusty. I like those guys. I'm going to hire those guys. That kind of a more relational versus transactional, would you say, right? As far as those relationships go.
Yeah, and that's been really good for us. It's also caused us challenges.
Oh, sure.
Right? We can't.
It'd be easy to be unreliable and not as attention to detail, for sure.
Exactly, and running around if I could go out and pay my cleaners, $10 or $12 an hour and bark at them and treat them like crud, I could afford a really nice truck with a big purple squirrel wrap on it, but we don't do that. We pay our team members well. We take care of them.
I like that.
And so we're still driving around older trucks.
Sure.
We're still in,
the new truck will come when it's done. For sure.
You want to build that strong team.
Yeah, you want to build a strong team. You want to have a good relationship with your customers. You want to keep your quality up. And build a vision for your entire team that they're going to get brought up with you. If you succeed, they succeed. And so
No, when they're successful, everybody's successful.
Correct.
Right.
Exactly.
So how do people find you? Find you online, obviously on Facebook, and you got a website.
We got a website. Yeah.
So what's the website called?
PurpleSquirrelProfessionalCleaning.com.
Okay. You could have picked one a little longer.
Yeah, we wanted to keep everything consistent.
PurpleSquirrelProfessionalCleaning.com.
We'll put that on me.
I'm teasing you guys. What's that guy's email again? Morgan hat. What? I'm totally kidding you guys.
Ian Pickering built our website for us.
He's a BA. He's a good dude.
He's helped us out a lot.
Yeah, good. Yeah, on the coaching side, consult.
Everything.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So how many people you got working for you?
Right now, we've got 2, sometimes a third.
Sometimes a third, yes.
And
Nice.
we are currently in the market to hire 2 more people.
Right.
At least one immediately.
So here's a question for you that I think a lot of people will want to know the answer to because it applies so much to a lot of businesses. Is it, do you look to hire people first and then go grow and find accounts to fill it? Or do you find the accounts to fill it and then go, or find accounts and then go find the people to fill the gap?
It's a parallel.
Yeah.
You know, as we see it.
Try to do it at the same time?
Exactly.
Okay.
Because I don't want to hire people and then leave them sitting there. Right.
Right.
You know, I don't want to make promises I can't fulfill. That's a big thing for me.
Sure.
You know, I've had jobs where I've been jerked around.
Sure.
And
Don't want to do that to
don't
somebody
want
else.
to step on anyone else. I want to treat them well and give them opportunity. So
Good
it's
word.
a
Opportunity.
parallel.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like it.
At the same time, we want to make sure that we can take care of our customers, which means that Rusty and I spend a lot of time cleaning.
Right.
Which is good.
Yeah, yeah.
So
No,
we should
you
do
get
that.
right in and roll up your sleeves and go to work. Yeah, absolutely. So they can find you online, and you got the long email. I'm teasing you. You guys do commercial cleaning. You got the team going on. The last question we were just talking before the break is you both left great jobs, all those kinds of things. And so, what was the impetus to that? Because I mean, sometimes William Henry's been on our show, and he said sometimes the biggest enemy of a person starting a business is a steady paycheck.
Yeah.
You know, when you have a steady paycheck, it's comfortable. You know, I tell people all the time, I used to work for 2 big companies, and there was a stretch of time for 14 years I didn't even own a car because I was always driving a company car.
Oh yeah.
You know, gas car, truck. I mean, it was sweet, dude. I mean, they were taking me on trips every year. I mean, life was good. And why would I ever give that up, you know, is because I was ready to grow. I was ready to go do something and work for my own dreams. But I guess what was it for you guys?
I had to think about that the other day, you know, and just think through what I've done, right? I've been everything from, you know, I was out of the house at 14 years old, right?
Sure.
So I've kind of been around the block. Done everything from fought wildfires when I was younger, been a bicycle messenger, worked on boats, sunken boats and running boats. You know, worked at county detox centers, been a locomotive engineer, climbed cell towers. So either I had to do something that excited me, right?
Sure,
So either,
sure.
like at this point, you know, either I had to go join the SWAT team or become an entrepreneur. And it's, I love it, you know. But really it was just looking around and going like I need to do something that has a legacy, something that I can build.
I love that.
And move to as big as I can grow with it. You know, something that'll challenge me, something that I can.
Well, it was a great lesson. It was a great lesson and all that because I think, you know, Alex and I talk a lot about this. I mean, not everybody's meant to start a new business, and we're definitely not an entrepreneurial show. I mean, we'd love to highlight that, but we also want to highlight the guy that just wants to go to the next level in his business, or the gal that wants a promotion that she's been working her tail off to get, you know, that kind of thing. And so it's just always interesting to hear those stories. How about you, Rusty?
Well, I was at a restaurant, Montana Jack's. That's kind of how I know you.
That's right.
I met you catering one day. Yeah.
Yes.
So I got complacent there for 24 years.
No,
24 years.
Wow, 24
And in back of my mind, for many years, I kept telling myself, I'm going to do something else.
Right.
I didn't know what it was.
Sure.
But finally, I took that leap and jumped and did it.
For you,
you know.
For you. Love it. No, it's funny because we talk about this a lot. Is that process, that time frame? You know, however long it is for everybody. For everybody, it's different, right? For you said it's 24 years, right? In the making, and there's nothing wrong with that.
No,
right? That's
nothing wrong that I learned throughout.
Yes,
the years,
that's what formed you, made the man that you are, right? And so, I mean, Alex has been going to school for a while, and now he's got this culmination where you're graduating.
Yeah,
everything's happening, and it took a while.
Next level.
It
took about 20 years. I started school in 2003, and so in 2023 I'm graduating.
Wow.
So do the math on that.
Yeah. What are you graduating with? What kind of degree?
Yeah, so it's a bachelor's in outdoor leadership.
Outdoor leadership, really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a thing, yeah.
Yeah. No, as professors, as guidance counselors, we've had everybody on. It's really been fascinating to learn about. And then we had the guys today from Warrior Transition Outdoors. I mean,
They were like so interested.
It's so funny how it just all ties in. This is just so crazy. But anyway,
awesome.
So 20 years in the making, 24 years in the making. And how long? I mean, obviously I know you're not 18, but I know you're not as old as me. So you've been doing things for a while.
Yes, sir. It was 15 years at the railroad before I came here, and that was leaving a career job where, you know, my whole life, we grew up very poor, like food bank poor. At one point, you know, I was living with my dad between Fort Benton and Great Falls as a little kid.
Oh, sure. Up in the Highwood area up there?
Yeah, and I went to a one-room schoolhouse, 1st or 6th grade, little red schoolhouse in Carter, Montana, and the other kids would bring snack packs, peanut butter and jellies to school, right? We were so broke that I would bring trout wrapped in tinfoil. So I was like the stinky fish kid.
Right. You had to get rid of that phrase or that coin or that identity, right?
Of being behind the 8 ball, broke financially, right? So I grew up with that, like, I just need to have a good job. I just need to find a good job. And the railroad was after me for 15 years. And I had a lot of fear about leaving it.
Oh, sure. Absolutely. Huge fear. But it was great to you, too. I mean, it
absolutely
gave you an amazing life at that
time.
time.
It did, too. Took care of my family.
Absolutely. And now you're just ready to go do something different.
Yeah, I'm married to a horsewoman, so I've got to keep that income up.
You know? Right, yeah. That's an expensive hobby.
When you say a horsewoman, she's not like half horse.
What's her name in case she's listening? She's listening. Her name is what? Tiffany?
Yep.
Shout out to you, Tiffany. Thanks for putting up with Morgan. Thanks for putting up with us this morning.
Another great
Oh, man.
Yeah, she actually got into business before me. She started a T-shirt and, custom apparel company.
Oh, yeah.
And, man.
That's awesome.
Amazing woman to be
See, there you go. Smart man recognizes women. They're way smarter than us. I've always been convinced of that.
Oh, yeah.
They were just more intuitive. I don't know. I just value women's opinions. Not that I don't value your guys, but I would value Tiffany's for sure.
Whether you value them or not, you're going to hear them.
I love that. Well, you guys are a pleasure to be around. I'm excited for you guys.
Thank you.
So as we wrap up, what's next? What's next for you guys? I mean, I know you're trying to grow. And
we are. We just bought a brand new carpet machine.
Nice.
So gonna
carpet cleaning machine.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Yes, sir. So that's kind of where we're heading next. We're going to start offering those services as well.
Man, you guys are going to kill it. You guys are going to kill it.
Yeah.
Plus, you've already got those built-in clients already that you maybe at least offer that.
Start with them.
Yeah.
And we're looking for anyone out there who wants to, support a company who believes in taking care of their employees and who wants their facility cleaned in a way that they don't have to worry about cleaning.
Right.
They can walk in and focus on what they need to do, their business, and wants an exceptional cleaning job done.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, tell me last time what your tagline. Did you say you had a tagline? Do you guys have a tagline?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead, Rusty.
Go ahead.
We catch what your old cleaner mess.
He came up
with your old cleaner mess.
He came up with that one, yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Well, thank you guys for coming. Yeah, keep us posted. Hopefully, keep continued success. I know you guys are going to keep killing it, and I'm glad you guys are part of the community.
Definitely. Yeah, thank you so much for having us on.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely. Yeah. Well, stick around. We'll take a picture, and we'll be right back, kicking it on 98.5 The Wolf.
Down and Dirty Cleaning Services. Again, that's 406-591-6154.